Mikel, this is Adam. I'm speaking to you all the way in Malaysia. I'm sure you're aware Arsenal is a global football club. I mean, are you fully aware of how popular such a magnificent club is?
Yeah, we've been, and I had a chance to be as a player all around the world with the club, and you can have an idea, but till you land in those countries and you realize the passion and the commitment and the feelings that our fans have towards the club all around the world, you don't really realize the magnitude of the club that we are representing and how proud we are for that. So we know that a lot of happiness in our fans depends on what we do on that pitch.
Do you have any memories of Malaysia having come to this region before?
Yeah, I do have, and it was hectic. Dan was there trying to to control everybody and how passionate and close and emotional they were with us. It was incredible. We had some good memories.
You know, I covered the game, the West Ham Arsenal game. It was brilliant. The North London derby before that. So it's two solid results for Arsenal Football Club in the league in a row. Do you wish you could have gone straight into the next Premier League fixture against Liverpool, as opposed to having this international break?
Yes, because I feel that we are in a good moment. That the team has established a lot of things that we want in our way of playing, that we became very, very dominant in most of the games. But it's what it is. We have a break now. We have to use this break as well to reflect as well what we've done in the last few months, what we want to do in the next few months as well, because it's going to be crucial for our season. And let's hope that we can finish the season very, very strong.
If you put aside any noise and criticism, how do you genuinely assess the season so far? I mean, what improvements are you doing behind the scenes, something which isn't visible to the public eye? Because all we have to go on are statements made by yourself or the players or what's happening on the football pitch.
It's difficult to separate because we know the expectation that we have as a football club and what our fans demand and want to see. But it's true that we've been through an incredible, unstable time in the last few months for many different reasons, for a lot of things that have happened internally at the club and for a lot of things that have happened externally through COVID and other stuff. So when that happens, to find consistency is very difficult, if not impossible, because we can have a lot of examples of clubs that have been throughout process. But that doesn't mean that we accept that inconsistency, mostly in the Premier League, or we are happy with that. It's not. But we see a lot of things that we are putting in place, a lot of things that are already developing. And the moment that the clouds and the stability comes a little bit, this is going to shine. And I have no doubts, and that will be in a really strong position.
I look back at your time at Arsenal. I was at the Emirates, so one of your earliest games. You're about 2 months in. It was against your former side, Everton, the 3-2 victory. And I actually met you briefly in the tunnel because I was working with your former teammate, Nigel Martin. And I look back at that game to where we are now, coming to the end of March. How do you feel you've personally grown as a manager?
Well, a lot, because I thought it was a tough job and a lot of things that were going to come in your way and you have to resolve things. But I could never expect the amount of unpredictable things that have happened in the last 18 months to all of us in general. But obviously the impact that this has in a massive club like Arsenal and the amount of things that you have to deal with. I'm really lucky because we have a really strong team, you know, starting from the owners to all the board to Edu, to all the departments at the club. We have created a very unique environment to work, and we are building a culture that I think we are start to be proud of. And when that happens, you feel a lot of support, and then you can implement your ideas the way you want. And we know we're gonna need time, but we've come so far. And sometimes you want to see that only in results, and that's impossible in football because even performances can be so good, sometimes results are not that good, and then people can have doubts. But when I see, and I am very analytical, a lot of things that have been done, I think we are in the right track. But of course we accept that there is still a long way to go because the level is the best in the world, you know, and that's what we have to reach.
You look at this season and it's a chance for you to get to know your squad, to implement your philosophy, and to start building your team as well with players that you want to be part of Arsenal Football Club. How do you view next season? Is that when you're really going to make a statement about yourself as a manager and Arsenal maybe back to the glory days?
Well, I think there are different phases in each project. So when I landed here, it was a lot of instability, a lot of issues, problems that we have to resolve. We needed to analyze quickly what happened and make some quick changes while we were start to win, because we were fighting almost for relegation at that period. And we managed to do that, to rebuild the team, change the energy, change the environment, and win 2 trophies. Then it comes to the second one, the second phase, where you have to start to develop your way of playing, because after you are starting to compete in every game, now you have to start to develop your way of playing, start to implement other things. But at the same time, this COVID war happens and a lot of things have to be changed. During that, you have a lot of instability at the club, but you still have to be improving in a lot of things, which is challenging. But I think we have managed to do that. But first of all, we have to find stability in all departments, the hierarchy at the club, and now in the squad. And the squad wasn't in the right balance. So once we have the squad now in a better balance, after making 11 or 12 changes, which is a lot, unprecedented, I would say, you go to the next summer, and now you have to start to evolve our squad. That is very different to balancing your squad. And once you have your squad evolved, then you can go to the next level. So every phase, it takes time and a lot of good decisions, and I think we are in the right path.
One of our regular pundits is an Arsenal legend. He has a statue outside the stadium, Tony Adams. He's always bringing this one word up, recruitment. Whenever we're discussing Arsenal, recruitment. He defends you, but he's not happy with the recruitment. But how would you assess the recruitment policy? What's the principle behind the recruitment drive at Arsenal?
Well, first of all, I think you have to set some very clear principles that you want to achieve and the processes that are going to be in place to try to minimize the risk every time we get a player, because it's like a bet. There is a lot of things that we cannot control and a lot of things that we don't know how they're going to act. But if we have the right processes and we have the right principles to apply for every single player that walks in through our door to our club, then I think we're in a much better place to make a lot of good decisions. When I said to you about the squad balance, it's something that is related to recruitment. First of all, the squad has to look in good balance, in good shape, in good health. And then you can talk about taking the squad into a different level, improving the recruitment, improving the quality of that squad and individual and specific positions that we want. But as well, part of that recruitment, huge at this club, is our youth. And I'm so proud as well with the work that has been done throughout the club, all the coaches, all the stages, to have the quality and the talent that we have at the club, that we have to create a space within that squad to give the opportunity to start to feed our first team as well with young players. And that's key for our future.
Perfect, Mikel. All the best for the rest of the season. We'll speak to you again soon.
Thanks, Adam. Take care.